Good morning, Sarah, Eddie, and friends. Today, we are from Group 8, consisting of Agustino Stefanus, Daniel Nelson, Dennis Lunoto, Felicia Austin, Theophany Scholastica Tanzil, and myself, Padlinan Fernanda. Today, we are going to present about our product, a painkiller bandage called PainX. This is our logo with the bandage forming X, representing that what we aim to do, and that is to eliminate pain. And we are also using a bold font in order to reinforce our claim in eliminating pain. And this is our company. Our company is named Aveni from the same word of Aveni, meaning health. And our logo has a mix of color black and blue, with black representing elegance due to it being easier to keep your composure without pain, and blue representing harmony of your focus because the pain no longer distracts you.
So next is our bandage design. You can see here there is actually three different bandage from the top, the middle, and the bottom. So let's start from the top. For the top, it's the inside of the bandage when it's closed. What I mean by clothes is that it has its backing, which is made from some kind of plastic material that can be that is applied left and right and can be opened from the middle. And the purpose of this backing is so that the adhesive doesn't stick to the packaging. In the middle, you can see that the bandage is in the inside when it is open. And our bandage will be created with a cloth with an adhesive stick to it. And in the middle, there will be an absorbent pad that will be infused with lidocaine. And as for the dosage for the lidocaine itself, it is not determined yet as it needs clinical trial. And lastly, on the bottom, you can see the outside of our bandage, which includes our logo. So the purpose that we include our logo to our custom bandage is so that when customers are looking at bandages, they can recognize ours easier because of the logo. And then for the size of our bandage, it will be a standard bandage strip, which is the 1 by 3 inch size. Next.
Okay, so here is the packaging design. This is how we represent our product by the packaging. The base color is yellow and violet, and yellow represent the warm, and violet represent the sensitive people. Our very specific customer is the specific people. And we also add our value words here. Safety is our value, effective is our goal, and our goal is to say goodbye to the pain. And there is also a picture of people, and these people represent a different emotion, and one of the emotion is to feel the pain. So yeah, that is all for the packaging design. Next.
Okay, so now I'm going to explain our javelin board. So here we're trying to fill up the experiments. First, we try to identify our customers. So we identified children and also people sensitive to pain. However, here we want to focus more to the general people who are sensitive to pain. So here for the problem that we are trying to solve, the children still feel pain even though they use bandage, and also the same case happens to the people who are sensitive to pain. So here the solution we are trying to offer is to create a painkiller bandage for them.
Next will be the riskiest assumption and how to tackle it. It is SOP or method and success criterion. As for our riskiest assumption, it is whether our parents will buy their children a painkiller bandage and whether people will spend more money to buy our bandage. This is because our bandage will be more expensive than the normal bandage. As to how we're going to tackle this problem, we are going to interview 6 or 10 parents of children under 12 years old and interview the general population. Here we can also give questionnaire and surveys to help improve our data results.
Next is the risk assumption. So we have a lot of assumptions here. First, for the customers, we assume that people who are sensitive to pain will buy painkiller bandages over other bandages. We think this is pretty risky assumption, and we give it a score of 24 out of 50. And then another assumption is people who are sensitive to pain will prefer painkiller bandage over intervention treatment if possible. We think that this is a risky assumption, but it's not very risky, so we give a score of 16. And then the assumption for the problems here is that sensitive people are more prone to pain, and the bandage will help without them having to see a doctor. We think that this is a very not risky assumption, so we give only the score of 8. And then the assumption for solutions is that the painkiller bandages will, with low concentration of drugs, will still be able to numb the pain of the patient. And we give the score of 15. And then the MVP assumption is the supplier of the lidocaine is available for long-term business. We give the score of 20, and then producing a bandage that is safe to use on a big scale. We assume that this can happen. And we think that this is pretty risky, because if this is not true, then our company will essentially close down the business. So we give a score of 30. And then the production of this bandage is sufficient as long as the manufacturing process is available. We think that this is not as risky as the other ones, so we just give the score of 10. Next.
This is the business model canvas for our product. For the customer relationship, our customer can contact us via email or business WhatsApp and text only. For the channels, for the distributors, we are choosing hospital, pharmacy, online store, and retail. While for advertising, we are opting for an online advertising. And for the customer segment, we are operating in a niche market. That is, we are catering to the people who are more sensitive to pain, while our revenue streams comes from partnership with hospital or retail, and collaboration with PMI to include our product. The types of revenue stream comes from asset sale via retail selling, and our fixed price is dependent on the volume. And as of now, we have no plan for dynamic pricing yet, because we don't think that there will be any significant fluctuation in bandage demand.
So for the next part of our business model canvas, the first one is the key partners. So our key partners will be hopefully PT Lokarjaya as the supplier of lidocaine, and it is actually one of the suppliers of lidocaine that we can find in Indonesia. Next, we have to look for supplier for bandage material, permitting agency, lawyers, and also law firm. For our key activities, we need to do research and development or R&D, clinical trial, and also bandage production. Our key resources will be IP, employee, and factory. As for our cost structure, we will prioritize R&D, trials, and production. As my teammate said before, this is our riskiest assumption, and that is why we have to prioritize the R&D trials and the trials, and then the production. For our most expensive resource, it will be the production facility, which means that it will include the building, so renting building, and also the machinery that is needed to produce our product. Meanwhile, for our most expensive activity, we predict that it will be the R&D part, as we have to do to create many prototypes, and then go into that can actually be a successful product. Our cost structure will be value driven with the sample characteristic of fixed costs such as salary, rent, utilities, with the variable cost of the price of materials used to make the product, the delivery costs, and also the marketing or advertising costs. Next.
So this is our value proposition. Here we want you to trust our product. So our painkiller Band-Aid is having a low concentration of drug, but still able to relieve your pain. So this is how we want our customer to choose us over other company. And yeah, that's all. Next.
Okay, for the pricing, we try to see the absorption cost first. We try to calculate that, and if you see there, the direct material cost is around 155 million rupiah, and the other cost is not very high. And if you total all of that, the total will be almost 160 million rupiah. If you see, all of the other costs other than the direct material cost is very low, because in order for us to achieve this 150,000 unit of our minimum viable product, we only need around less than 2 days, because we already found the machinery for it. That's why we can cut the cost to that point, and then we just divide the total cost and the minimum viable product, and we get the absorption cost of 1,065 rupiah. And then we want to get a 100% profit, and then our selling price will be 2,130 rupiah. Next.
These are our direct competitors, and there are no direct competitors, sorry. These are indirect competitors, which are Band-Aid, Crashpad, MedPride, Coloplast Inc., and GSP Care. For our first competitor, we have Crashpad. It comes in a pack of 1 with 10 counts in it, and it costs around $9 per count. Here we can see its strength and weaknesses, which is it being waterproof, latex-free, and uses wet cleaning. As for its weaknesses, after researching, we found out some reviews regarding this product, where it has an inability to stick properly, and it's a small brand, which leads to low awareness. Its type of bandage is sort of a pad. It is more used frequently for example, you have a long scratch across your leg and there's a scar across it. You can use it to pad it up. And for its marketing and channel strategy, it has an online store, and it is also targeted towards people who are more sportive. For our next product, it will be MedPride. It comes in a pack of 1 with 25 counts in it, and it costs about $8.5 as well. These are its strength and weaknesses. Its strength being it's easy to use and change. It has a non-stick pad, and there's caution available. And regarding its weakness, we also found its weaknesses through the reviews of the product. And the review says that it causes irritation, and the size of the gauze is smaller than described. What it means by this is that the size here is 2 times 3.5 inches, right? And here, when it was received by the customers, the gauze was half of the size of what was stated there. The padding is also too thin, which causes drainage leaks outside the pad. Here we can see its marketing and channel strategy. where it has an online and offline store, and the store is made specifically for the medical industry.
For our next competitor, here we have Band 8. So for this one packaging consists of 40 counts of Band 8. For the size is small. It is 1.9 times 7.6 centimeters. And the price is quite cheap. So for this one packaging, you pay $2.27. So Band 8 is good for minor cuts and scrapes. It also has built a pad, a cushion for painful wounds while you heal. So, and then it is cheap and lightweight. For the weaknesses, it is too small for other type of wounds, so it cannot really be used for other type of wounds. And it doesn't really have transparent information of the materials. So in case there are some people who are allergic to some unknown materials here, it can be a problem. Also, during the investigation of the reviews, we found there are some product defects. The Band 8 the adhesion is bad, meaning it doesn't really stick to the skin well, and some of them are too strong, so you cannot really pull the Band 8 off of your skin. So for the marketing and channel strategy, it is targeting all people who have small cuts. Also, since Band 8 is pretty big brand, it has a high product awareness for first aid supplies, and Band 8 has both online and offline stores. Okay, next competitor is Coloplast Inc. So for one packaging consists of 10 pieces. For the size, it is bigger, 12.7 times 12.7 in centimeters, and it is the most expensive pad. You pay almost $80 to get one packaging. So for the strengths, Coloplast Inc. has superior absorption with soft adhesion. And then since this pad is made from silicone, the permeable top film is both bacteria and shower-proof. Also, this product is thin and ultra-flexible foam dressing. For the weakness, it is highly expensive, so not all people can afford this product. And the brand is really small, so it has low awareness. For the marketing and channel strategy, it is targeting general people. However, we've seen that this product is mainly being used for people with medical conditions. For example, people use this after they have done a surgery. And for Coloplast Inc., it is online based, so they also sell their products on retails. The next competitor is GSP Care. So GSP Care is a type of taping. For one packaging, it consists of 6 rolls, and each roll dimension is 5.8 times 457 centimeters. And for the price, you pay almost $10 for this one packaging. And for the strengths, it is medical grade self-adherent and adhesive. It is highly elastic, breathable, and durable. And it is suitable for sports protection, first aid, sprains, and swelling. However, we've also found that there are some reviews stating that the products are defected. So some of them said that the product is not adhesive enough, so it does not stick to the skin really well. Also, the fabric strings running lengthwise cause pressure sores. For the marketing and channel strategy, GSP Care is being sold on the offline and online store, and it can be used for general use. However, it is more specific to sports protection, so it's targeting mainly for athletes. finally, we have created this brand perception map to understand our competitor better and to understand where we lie on this map. So first on the very bottom here we have band 8. So band 8 is very cheap, so we put it at the bottom. Also the quality is medium since it's only being used to treat small wounds or small cuts. Also, the next competitor higher than Bennett is MedPride. So you pay more money for MedPride. However, for the quality, it is slightly better because it covers more surface area. And then the next one is crash pads. So for crash pads, we put it higher also because you pay more money than you pay for MedPride. For the quality, we put it quite to the right side since for the crash pads, it can be used for severe wounds. For example, like you have long scrapes or rash or burn wounds, you can use crash pads. The next one is GSP Care. So we put it on the left up quadrant. So for the it's for the price is quite expensive, so we put it there. Also, since GSP Care it's a type of taping, so you can only use to for taping your wound, and also it targets only mainly for the athletes for sports protection. So it doesn't really it can we cannot they cannot really be used for cuts or scrape for other type of wounds. So we put it there for the quality. And lastly, here we have Coloplast ink. We put it at the very top because it is the most expensive type of pad. However, this product quality is really good since people use it after the surgery. So we put it at the right side of the more to the closer to the high quality. And here for our product Pain X, we put it between Band 8 and MedPride. So our product size is actually similar to Band 8, but our uniqueness is that we have lidocaine, which is a painkiller substance. So it is the quality is more it's more higher. Also, yeah, you pay more money than Band 8. And I need to re-mention again that all of these are indirect competitors, not our direct competitors, meaning that on the market now, uh, there are no companies that sell the same product as we do. Hence, we put our brand X product here. So that concludes our product presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.